All right, welcome to D&D Bees. It's April something. All right, welcome to D&D Bees. It's April the 20th, about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. Been out here working already a little bit, building a new hive stand. Got to make some room, and that's a good thing. So this morning we're going to be going through our 5-frame nukes, and I'll probably check that swarm again. Hopefully we got some laying queens. And if not, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But if they are laying, then I'm going to add some feeder shims. I made some of them up yesterday afternoon. And we'll add a feeder shim and put a gallon on each one of our 5-frame nukes. Possibly be moving our 2-framers. We got 2 of those, and possibly be moving them over into a 5-frame. So we'll get you some footage. Okay, this is our Super Dyna Whopping hive stand. It's basically just a few 2x6s with some spacers on the end and in the middle, and then I drive some 2x4 treated. All this is treated wood. Drive some 2x4 stakes. Level it up. That's what it is. Nothing to it. Okay, this is our first 5-frame here. We'll see how they're gonna be. It's not raining. The sun's peeking out, but it's kind of overcast and calling for rain later. So they may not be real happy. Yeah, we had a queen cell on one of these. Some of these, I don't know if it's just got 2 eggs in them. They laid in there like a queen did it. Maybe she just ain't got nowhere else to lay. Sometimes they'll do that. Yeah, something eat that queen cell down. So there she goes right there. There's the queen. So she's in here in the laying. I ain't gonna mark her right now because give her some time. All right. What we are gonna do is make them up some feed. And this one's probably gonna be all right. I think she just double laid because she run out of room to lay. They ain't bringing enough in to stay alive and make wax. So we're gonna help them out. I should have did that right out of the gate. I usually do. All right, we back. Let's do this right here, and then I'm gonna smoke them down a little bit. It's gonna be hard to get that in there. Maybe I should have used smaller bags. Let's see if we can do it this way. All right. All right, this is our 2-frame. I think the second one we made. Let's see what they got going on. Going back to that 5-frame, what I'm gonna do, I ain't got no smaller baggies, so I'm just not gonna fill them up as much, and they'll still be able to get to that. I cut it where it could, as they take it, and the level drops down, they'll be able to get to it. I don't know, there ain't many bees in here. Nectar, been bringing something in, and pollen. Set that right there for now. There's the queen right there. I don't think she's laying yet, but this will be just the second week since she hatched. So if I remember right, I got to start writing it down, but if I remember right, the last time I was in here, she had hatched, but I couldn't find her. So, you know, there's that. All right, we'll go down. Our next one will be a 5 frame. All right, this is our next one. And we'll check it out. Hopefully we got some eggs this time, larvae. Just looking at that. Little nectar they bringing in. Oh yeah. I think I'm seeing jelly down in the bottom of these. It's so dark and the comb so deep. Y'all get out of the way. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there's larvae in here. Well, praise the Lord. I was beginning to worry. I think they was eggs. I just couldn't see them. That old, when that comb gets dark and long like that. And of course, I keep talking about a magnifying glass or a flashlight, but I never do get one. So par for the course for me. Okay. All right, we're going to put some feed on them. Yeah, I'm going to have to make a note to myself to get me a magnifying glass today. And then I was right about that. If you don't put as much in it, them bags will work. They're a little crowded, but all right. That takes care of the number 2. All right, this is the one that I love because it's got the seat. You remember? Old drone there, what you doing out, buddy? All right, let's just see what we got going on here. Sit down again right here. Oh, what did I do with my hive too? Hold that thought. I gotta find my hive too. I found it. Y'all won't believe where I found it. The last place I looked is in my pocket. A lot of pollen on this one. Little honey. Oh, there's larvae in here. Yep. I just wasn't seeing them eggs. That's all that it was. See, I can't see the eggs there, but I can see the larvae. Y'all can probably see it too. Y'all can probably see them eggs. You get old like me, you can't see nothing. They gonna need some feeding though, so I'm gonna feed them. Let's look one more. I don't immediately mark queens when they, because they subject to fail. I like to let them lay a little while. Probably about the time I get them in a full box, I'll mark her if. And I hadn't seen her, but that don't mean she ain't in here. I see eggs now, so she's in here. All right, I'm glad for that. All right, this is our next little 2 frame here. And we're gonna check it out and see what we got going on. They ought to be getting ready for a 5 frame box. I'm gonna like to move you for a second. They heavy. They bringing in the nectar, I guess. Y'all get out of the way. Oh yeah, there's larvae in here. There's larvae in here. Okay. Okay. Yep. She's laying good. Okay, we got the 2 frame put over here, and you just got to be pretty careful with them 2 frames because they will fill that thing up pretty quick, and then they'll swarm on you. And sometimes that hot small of a cavity, they'll actually abscond. And but this is gonna be their new home. All right, that was that. Now I need a feeder shim. All right, this is the 4th, 5th frame. 4th, 5th frame. This is the 4th, 5 frame. And we're gonna check it out. A week, but we shall see. Oh, there's larvae in here. They just need feed. Should have done that right at the get-go. Y'all don't do what I do now, because I mess up. They just hungry. They didn't have enough workforce to gather nectar, so let's feed them. I forgot to turn my camera back on. I got about a half a gallon on them, and so that'll do them good. And probably have to feed them for a while. These other ones, maybe one more time until they get to going good. And so let's look at our last one, and I'll get you some footage of that. They are quiet, at least for now they are anyway. They're starting to work on that. It feels like nectar mostly. Oh yes. There's larvae all around that, and they've capped that. So they starting. Got a little nectar around it, that's good. Still gonna feed them up. That'll encourage her to lay. There's larvae all in this one. Yeah, I see it now. Little larvae everywhere. Let's check one more and see. Guess I was worried for nothing, maybe. Little patch of brood there. Yeah, this is all laid up. Okay, I've seen what I need to see there. Let me get me a feeder shim. We'll feed them. Okay, this is our swarm that we caught. And my camera, my phone got so hot the last time it shut off, and anyway, I missed getting any footage on this, but they are busted. Probably gonna have to add a box. Yep, they done drawing comb up there, so they ain't got nowhere. I'm gonna lay that right there just by chance. That queen is in there. All right. I mean, they've got it drawn out good. I hope they don't get violent on me. I tell you what's amazing, how fast a swarm can draw something out. And look, they done drawn that out, started on that side. They got that side drawn out. Oh, watch out. They ain't nothing prettier than that white wax either. The wigs there. Yeah, they ready for another box. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah, there's eggs all in this. Or I see a egg. Now there's more than that. I see them. I don't need to, but I'm gonna pull one more and just look and see what it looks like. Put everybody back. All right. They marching in off the lid over here. Let me see if I can get you some footage of that. Which is why I laid it there. In case that queen's there, she'll march in there. I'm gonna go get another box and put on. Y'all just continue to watch the march. Man, I forgot I was filming. I hope I wasn't talking bad about y'all down there. Everybody get back in. Everybody get back in. Y'all just went from a cabin to a mansion, didn't you? Let's see what we can do here. On the lid. All right. I need to move this pretty quick. All right, so I did a little addendum, which y'all wouldn't know, but I'm filming this after I said my goodbye on this video. But I moved that swarm. It's busting with bees, so I'm not worried about her losing her field force. But I took and moved it right down there. You see. And so what'll happen, any field force that comes out of that is going to go out and forage, and they're going to come back here. Well, they ain't got nowhere to get. This is a bad spot. It holds water when it rains. That entrance, when it was raining so bad the other day, right after I caught, the day I caught that swarm, the next day, the entrance was almost underwater. So anyway, it's not going to hurt them to lose a little field force. These bees that come back here will figure out that they ain't got nowhere to go. It'll be mass confusion for a little bit, but they'll work their way back and disperse between all these hives down here, which will actually play out to help any of my weak colonies. You know, I don't know if it would be an exact division of the field force amongst those colonies. It may be the most of them will go to the first colony they come to. But anyway, it should help everybody out some. So anyway, that's why I moved that. Normally you would want to move it 2 or 3 miles, let them reorient to that, and then move them back over here where you want them at. There's other folks that say, well, you can move it a foot or two a day, but I don't have time to do that. I mean, I'd be coming out here every day, and I work away from home too, so I'd be coming out here every weekend and moving that colony 2 or 3 foot, you know, and it'd take 6 months to get it over where I'm wanting it. So if it was a weak colony, then I wouldn't do it. I might shut them up with screen and put them over there and let them set a few days. You know, where it kind of causes them to reorient when they come out. But anyway, this is the way I'm going to do it. And if y'all got any questions about that or comments, or maybe you know of a better way, hey, I'm all about a better way. All right, that's going to wind us up today. I got to get around and go to the doctor, just a yearly appointment, get some blood work done. And anyway, I'm about out of time for what I can do. Appreciate y'all watching, and we'll see you next time. If you would, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. That'll help us out, and appreciate all y'all watching, really do. And so until next time, we'll see you on D&D Bees. God bless you.